Now, lecture number 2. Here, lecture number 2, what are the characteristics of birth pains? What are the characteristics of birth pains? First question is here, who will be born? Who will be born? Then our answer would be, who will be born? Jesus will be born. Jesus will be born. But here in BC 4, he was born here. But here, birth pain implies baby someday will be born. Okay? So now, who will be born here in terms of this lecture and this design? Jesus is the second coming. It implies birth of Jesus means the second coming of Jesus. With that reference, the Bible calls it birth pains. At the end of the birth pain, Jesus will come. Okay? Jesus will come at the end of the birth pain. So birth pain started here in the first coming. Birth pain will gradually more severe, until at the time of his second coming, it will be very agonizing, very hard on not only Christians, we will go over later, even in the nature, even in the gospel. Okay? All the natures and creatures and even gospels will be experiencing birth pain. Okay? So now here, who will be born? Jesus will be in the second coming. When did birth pain start? When did birth pain start? When? In his first coming, right? When did his birth pain start? In his first coming. In his first coming. So you teach this slowly to your people, not just by talking, use, like this, or you use your computer. Now, in the Bible, Bible prophesied many areas of birth pain will come. So, what areas of birth pain Jesus prophesied? What area? What area in our lives? What areas of birth pain, Jesus even prophesied, I would say he designed, pre-designed. Okay, when he was 2,000 years ago, when he was in this world, before his ascension, he taught, he prophesied to his disciples that such kind of birth pains will appear, starting from this first coming, and it will be very severe near his second coming. That was a biblical prophecy. Okay, now what areas? Number one, gospel of Jesus Christ. Gospel will be suffered. Gospel will experience birth pains. Gospel. Now, that's why Antichrist will appear. And many attack on the identity of Jesus Christ. That was pre-designed by Jesus Christ. Many heresies on identity of Jesus Christ. Heresy on the Christology will appear from when? From the first coming all the way to church period. Okay? Not only at the end of the church period, but it will start right here in the first century. Gradually, it will be more severe. Okay? Severe. So we call it Antichrist. Antichrist. Not anti-God. Okay? It said Antichrist. That means it's a false Christ. Bible did not say anti-Holy Spirit. Bible did not say anti-Father. It said Antichrist. In other words, Christology is very, very important because it will be all kinds of attack on Christology, who Jesus is. Therefore, we should be equipped with Christology, solid biblical Christology. Good. Okay? Full armor of God in the area of Christology, because it will be severe, structured, pre-planned attack on Christology. So we should be equipped with the teachings on Christology. There will be a birth pain on the gospel first. Okay? Second area of the birth pain, it will be on nature. In other words, nature means it will have climate change, earthquakes, famines, all these natural resources will be dwindled and attacked. All these kind of things will take place starting from this church period, early part, all the way. Okay? That's why I say 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 bowls. Okay? It's not happened only this period. All these signs here seven seals, seven trumpets, seven bowls have already started right here in the first century. And it goes all the way. Nature. Third area is a political and economic birth pain. In the political and economic birth pains, I will go over later, much in detail, okay? Later in lecture 3. And number 4 area, social and cultural. And social and cultural birth pain will take place. Social and cultural. And 5 areas is Christians will experience birth pain. Christians will be hated. Christians will be under the persecution that will take place, which it started right here in first century, but now more severe. Our brothers from Iran are sitting here. But it should be that way. You cannot avoid it. Yeah, you cannot avoid it. Now, all these birth pains. Now, what are the, number 4 here, what are the characteristics of birth pain? What are the characteristics of birth pain? Now, right here, this birth pain always starts. It starts with slowly, and lightly, and unfrequently. When a mother conceives a baby, okay, if birth pain starts with this, it starts with slowly, lightly, and unfrequently, right here. These kind of birth pains, gospel, nature, all this, okay, will take place very slowly. Okay? That's the characteristics of the birth pain. And as time goes on, what would happen? The degree of the birth pain will be what? Yeah? Faster, and heavier, and more frequent during the, I would say, middle age and modern age. Okay? As time goes on, then near right before the birth. See, right before or immediate before. Immediate before the birth. What would happen? This birth pain will be fastest, heaviest, and most frequent. Just write it down. Write it down. Don't look at me, just write it down. Record all information for your teachings. Immediate before the birth. Immediate before the birth means right here. Immediate before the birth, the degree of the birth pain will be very fast, fastest, heaviest, most frequent, most severe. That is the nature, characteristics of birth pain. Okay? Now we are in the midst of this heavy and fastest, okay, very frequent birth pain period. COVID-19 is one of them. It will be more severe. COVID-19 will come according to the Bible teachings. Okay. Now here, lecture number 2. What are the characteristics of birth pains? Right here. Who will be born? Jesus in his second coming. When this birth pain start? In his first coming. And what areas of birth pains? Gospel, it was God's design. Okay, gospel will be experiencing birth pains. Nature will be experiencing birth pains. Political and economic birth pains. We will go over later. Social and cultural birth pains. And Christians will experience birth pains. What are the characteristics of the birth pains? Start with slowly, lightly, infrequently. Okay? As time goes on, now a little bit faster, heavier, more frequent. Immediate before the birth, what would happen? It will be very fast. Okay? Very heavy. Very frequent. That's the characteristics of the birth pain. Amen? Yeah.